I am packing my stuff. My mom and dad were in my hostel room, with a hint of dejection on their face. Dejection because I was leaving the hostel and my institute just after 15 days of commencement of offline classes. There was a silence in the room but storm inside me which I couldn't share with anybody. What happened? It was the time when COVID first wave was in decline, so hostels were finally started to open. I had a mixed feeling, excited to take offline class after a long time and little anxiety to go away from home for the first time. I, along with parents, was going through various affiliated hostels. We visit the first one and hated it because it was very contested, not even a single window in room, and that too with shared bathrooms. So I took the call and asked parents to see other option, and we liked it. But little did I know that this place was going to be like deep dark abyss. Abyss at which when you look, it feels it's looking back to you. The first day went into settling my stuff, so it was normal, but the night held something else. I got a room at the far end of the floor. It was the last and most distant room on the second floor. I took it so that I could study in least disturbances. So it was around 1 a.m. in the night. I was trying to sleep but couldn't. The pin drop silence in the night was deafening me. My laptop was charging on the table next to me. It was allowed to carry laptop and phones for some time so that student can cover their backlogs because most had some. My laptop was in sleep mode. At 1 a.m. to break the silence, audio starts playing on it. It gave me a jump scare. After few seconds, I figured out some lecture started playing because it was voice of our physics teacher. I gathered my senses and assumed that maybe I had left the site open or something, which started playing randomly. I switched off the laptop and went to deep sleep, but this was the last sleep I was going to have in next 15 to 20 days. I got up at 5:30 because in our hostel it was exercise time. Coming out of the room, I encountered our floor warden. She was a sweet lady, unlike many wardens. She said, "Beta pori rat kyun pad rhe the," or agar pad rhe the toe headphones use car lead. Though a was kem t but Furby while taking the round, I could listen it faintly. Auge se mat karna. I was like, hein? My toe rat ko pada hi nhi. Koi galat fami hoi hogi inko, and ignored it. Exact same thing happened next day, and this time she was not so sweet. She said, "Laptop confiscate karlungiegar bot nhi mani." My lad Leah mam kusath kyoki, I was damn sure that I switched off the laptop. Somehow matter got over. While leaving for institution, this unknown guy of my building who was second-year dropper and was studying there since 3.5 years comes to me. I met him for the first time, but I had seen him during exercise sessions. We talk for some time and then he says, "By tuto bada courageous high. Tuhidar nhi lagda." I said, "MATLAB?" He said, "Kia? Tuhi nhi pada ki tiru my kia hoyada." I said, "NHI." Apparently he told me that my room was just opened for students after 2 complete years because a classmate of his had committed suicide. But the scariest part was yet to come. The reason of his suicide was mainly depression, but he gave up day when he was humiliated in front of whole class of 200 students by our physics teacher because his work was not completed. Teacher had habit of checking and couldn't answer questions. By Mary Jo Gandfatty. Key by Pickley Rat USI physics teacher Ka Haito lecture randomly chal jaya the warden be tudin se complain kar reti. But I could not leave the room due to financial issues, and Morver warden was also not agreeing to change. The coming nights were haunting. I couldn't sleep. Every crick from Almira, every knocking sound on walls and from under the bed was a newer to heart attack moment for me. But the shit broke when the fifth night at 2 a.m. I heard the loudest bang on the door of the external bathroom, which was beside my room, and I only had access to it. It was so loud that Warden came running and I was again scolded. But I found a solution to it. I am a believer, so I thought from now on I will play mild prayers on my phone while sleeping, which don't go outside my own room. Believe it or not, I did it and nothing happened for next few days. But at 14th night there, while I was sleeping, I don't know why, but I woke up and to my horror no prayers were playing. My head was inside the blanket, but my eyes were wide open now. I thought maybe battery caught him, ho-gyi hoagie. While thinking this, suddenly I heard a loud sound of something crashing against the wall at the edge of the room. I came out of the blanket, and as I was sleeping with lights on, I immediately noticed that my phone was there at the edge of the room, and that too a complete diagonal away from the place it was actually kept. All this while I said nothing to parents, thinking that ki shayad kuch logic ho, but after this I was like, fuck it, man. In complete horror, I ran to Warden and took her phone to call my parents. I urged them to take me back, and seeing fear in my voice, they agreed to come in the morning. I didn't go back to room and spent night on the chair beside night warden's desk with my eyes fixed in the direction of my room. I never told this to my parents, and I never will. I am packing my stuff. My mom and dad were in my hostel room, with a hint of dejection on their face. Dejection because I was leaving the hostel and my institute just after 15 days of commencement of offline classes. There was a silence in the room but storm inside me which I couldn't share with anybody. What happened?